Good afternoon. This is Z with Express Business Solutions, downtown Pontiac, 105 North Saginaw. I am going to be doing random topic business videos. I always am told by everybody that I talk to, like, oh, you should do videos online going over some of this information. So, randomly, I decided today to start. Since I'm sharing it on Facebook, most of the people that are on my personal Facebook page, know me. They know almost everything about me, where I went to school, where I worked, all that good stuff. So there's no need for that full introduction. But what I'm going to do is probably talk about just the basics of starting a business on this first video. And that way it'll allow me to just gauge how I feel about the video and gauge what other people feel about it. So it's like a glare on my glasses. I don't know why, but the number one thing that I get from, well, I guess I can tell something about myself. So I have had this physical location for 1 year. I've been in this particular office because I had an office last year, but I didn't like it. So like 3 or 4 weeks later, I moved to this office. So I've been in this office for exactly 1 year today. If you don't know, Express Business Solutions is a one-stop shop for all things business. When a person comes here, we do business consultations. We pretty much take your idea or your ideas, because a lot of times people have a lot of ideas of what they want to do, but they don't know where to start. So we take your ideas, we help you to plan what you want to do. We go from start to finish, from LLC, corporation setup to your sales tax license, if you're opening a building permits, food permits, if you're opening a kitchen, anything legal document related, we do for you. If you're trying to get a grant or a loan and need business plans, we help with business plans. Everybody knows for tax season, we're also a tax preparation office. So whether your personal taxes or business taxes, we help with that. And we also help with student loan debt and default. So if your student loans are behind and you're getting a call every single day from Sally Mae or Navient or whoever, or you're in default and they're garnishing your checks, we are able to help with those situations. So we pretty much are one-stop shop. You need a logo, you need a website, you need a banner, you need flyers, you need marketing, you need social media presence. Pretty much anything that you need, we can help with. So that's that. As far as me, I have worked in a million different places that have given me some type of insight on everything I do. I am not an expert at, I don't know every single thing, but I am well versed in a few things. So I have worked for the state of Michigan Department of Treasury in business registration, so I am extremely very well versed in registering businesses and the ins and outs of how they work and what the state requires for them, because I literally worked in the department that you register your business with. So I'm well versed on the Michigan Department of Treasury. We are nationwide, so I'm familiar with most states. There are some states that I've never registered a business for, but it is not a hard process. You call that state, you get the information, and you go from there. So we are very well versed in registering businesses. Working for the Department of Treasury, you deal with taxes. So I'm very well versed with the taxes as well. I have been doing taxes even on the side for probably 5 years now. I always did my friends' taxes, my brother's taxes, their friends' taxes. I've been doing it for years now, so having an office just makes it more in-depth. I have worked for Department of Education, Fed Loan Services, and Navient. So I'm very well versed on your student loans in what needs to happen with them. Would I say I'm an expert? I would just say I'm very well versed. I have worked for Bank of America corporate. I understand loans. I understand credit cards. I understand credit manipulation. I understand a lot of different facets when it comes to finance. I'm not an accountant, so I don't do accountant work. I have worked for a Charles Schwab brokerage firm, so I am very familiar with the stock market and buying and selling securities. I diversify all of my friends' 401k portfolios. People pay me to diversify their portfolios for them. I teach stock classes, so I know a little bit about a lot of stuff. I don't know everything, but I know a little bit. And then what I don't know, I'm surrounded by people that know the information or can help me get the information. So that's just a little snippet about me. I think the first topic that I will do for this video, because I don't want this to be a super long video, and everybody knows I'm very long-winded. So this video will talk about, most people come to me and they say, hey, I want to start a business. I just don't know where to start. It's so hard. It's so much to do. Like, where do I start? And my whole thing is start. That's it. It's no magic answer. You want to start a business, start a business. You want to open a shoe store, open a shoe store. Like, it's not that hard. You need to take it step by step and do what each step is. Like, the hard part is a person saying, oh, I want to do this big thing. Oh my goodness, it's so many steps. But it's not so many steps if you take a step back and break all the steps down. So, for instance, my last client was opening up a hair salon. So it was a hair salon and barbershop in Detroit. And they it's a 3-part building. So they were opening up a hair salon, a nail salon, and a barbershop all in one. So the first step is you need to get a building. That's your first main focus. Well, do you have the money for the building? If you don't have the money for the building, are you trying to get a business grant or loan? Or what are your plans? Do you plan on doing this out of your house in the meantime? Like, once you figure that out, that's a step in the right direction. Do you have a business name? Have you researched what it takes to be a salon open in a major city? Like, these things. So in her case, she was a certified beautician. Okay, so that's the major step out of the way. She already had licensed barbers ready to work for her, and she had a licensed nail tech. So you have all the licenses out of the way. Those are big steps. But let's just say she didn't. Then the step would be to get some licensed people so that when you do have this business, you can go from there. So then, now that you have these people, do you have a name? Okay, we have a name. So what do we do with the name? Now we register the name. Get that out of the way. Are you going to be selling products inside of the nail salon? Yes, I'm going to be selling nail polish. I'm going to be selling hair care products. Okay, so now we're going to get you a sales tax license, because for the state of Michigan, when you're selling something and charging sales tax, you need a sales tax license. So now we have all of the legal paperwork done. Are you going to be hiring employees, or are they going to be contracted employees? So in her case, they were going to be contracted employees. Perfect. So all of her paperwork is complete. And so now we need a building. So that is not a hard part. People like freak out, like, oh my God, I need a building. Like, what do I do next? I'm so confused. Calm down. That's the first step. Do you have the money for a building? No, I don't have the money for the building. Okay, so do you want to go through the steps of getting a business plan and applying for loans and grants and starting that process? To be clear, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that aspect. Some people work their regular jobs and do this on the side. So if you know it's going to take a couple of months to get a loan process going or to get a grant process going, and you're still working your main job in the meantime, then by all means. But some people are like, look, I got one more month in me in this job and I need to be running my business. So you need to ask yourself, is this grant loan process that I'm trying to go through going to be completed in a month? No, it is not. So what do you do in the meantime? You find a building to rent. Google. Google is like the best friend out of these things. So if you want to rent an office, you Google rental offices for space, executive offices for space, salon spaces for rent, barbershops for rent, commercial kitchens for rent. You will be surprised at how much stuff is available if you Google it. In her particular case, this building was for sale, and they were willing to do a land contract, which, as you know, is you just paying the owner whatever monthly amount of rent they wanted. And so she was down for that. They negotiated a price. She accepted the rental, and so they moved into the building. So now that you're in the building, that's another step down. Can you start doing hair right now? No, you can't start doing hair right now because now you have to decorate. So either you can go on Craigslist. People think that when they see these businesses and they see how nice they look on the inside, and they're like, man, that person had to have a lot of money to get this done. So many businesses that I work with are getting their stuff off Craigslist for free. There are other nail salons and hair salons that are going out of business, and they need the stuff gone or they're going to have to pay for it. So they're giving it away for free. Now, are you going to always find good stuff for free? No. So either you're going to save the money to get that, you have the credit to take out a loan to get that, or you just have to work with what you work with. So in her particular case, she had saved up a couple of dollars, I think maybe $4,000 or $5,000 that she had. So with that money and the free stuff that she got from Craigslist, she was able to have all of the workspaces. They had all the salon chairs, all of the hair washing stations, whatever you call them. Everything was good to go. The guys that were the barbers, they brought their own barber chairs and everything. So they went into like this little partnership arrangement with her. And so she's set to go. She needed a logo. We got her a logo. She needed someone to turn that logo into a building sign. We had someone turn it into a building sign. She decided on a date to open. She had a grand opening. She had people come and help her decorate. And now she's up and running in Detroit. And she's been up now for a couple of months. I think like 2 months now it has been. And she's doing good. So that sounds like a lot of steps in the grand scheme of things. But it's not a lot of steps. It just depends on how bad do you want it. Because that's what happens. People come to me and either they're overwhelmed to begin with, which calm down, or they have started and they're just so overwhelmed that they want to quit. And the thing is, running a business is hard. If it were not hard, everybody would be doing it. And that's not to say that because people are not doing it, they just couldn't make it. Some people just don't want to be business owners, and that's totally fine. So what I recommend to someone that is wanting to start a business really badly, but they are so overwhelmed they don't know where to start. Number one, schedule a business consultation with me, and I will be happy to point you in the right direction. Number two, when you are pointed in that right direction, take it step by step, one step at a time. Like, you have to crawl before you walk. We are such a microwave society. We want everything done very fast. We see everybody on social media blowing up, and so we want that overnight success, but you don't realize what people go through. And so everybody is not overnight success. Everybody is not like they woke up and then tomorrow they went viral. It's a lot of work that goes into running a business. So in this first video, I would say that in getting started, take things step by step, take notes, write stuff down, Google, hey, I want to start this truck driving business, or hey, I want to start this lash boutique, or whatever it is you're trying to start. Write down the steps to it and then see how you can make those steps work. No, everybody doesn't have good credit, so going into a bank and getting a loan is not always a possibility. So, okay, you got bad credit. What's the next step? Either you're going to take the time to fix your credit, or you're going to figure out how to get money in the meantime. And both of those are easy to do if you're willing to take the time to do it. If you're willing to fix your credit up, then take it day by day, fix your credit up. If you need to stop going out and eating fast food every day so that you can save $50 a month or $100 a month or whatever to save all this money to get your business started, then people always say, well, you know, you're making it seem easier than what it is. No, I'm making it seem either you want it or you don't. That's it. Everybody knows the story. When I started my business, with everything that was going on, with my son passing away, with me moving from Lansing down to Oakland County, my pockets were very stretched thin. And the amount of money that I put on moving down here, getting everything put into storage, because we really didn't know where we wanted to move, so we just put everything in storage, paying for the moving trucks, and the last money I had went into getting the office. So it's like, okay, now you got the office and you broke. I don't know if everybody remembers when I had the grand opening, I didn't have any money for that grand opening. Like, I was, bartering services with everybody. Hey, we'll do your taxes for free if you decorate. Hey, if you bring the food. Like, shout out to Caked Up and Ajane for making the cupcakes for my grand opening. And, it was a success. And as the year has gone on, it has gotten better and better and better. We took the time, we got the grant, we got the loan, things take time, but here we are 1 year later and we're doing good. Like, I wouldn't change anything that I've gone through, because the lessons have been great. So it's not that I'm trying to make it seem, so easy, or, it's just a quick walk in a park, but I mean, technically it is. Like, if you want something bad enough, it's that easy. And if you feel like it's too hard, then you really just don't want it. And that's just my motto to everybody. When people come in for a business consultation, I do not lollygag with them. Like, twirl your head. No, what do you want? You want a business? Let's go. These are the steps. Do you want to do these steps? Either you want to do them or you don't. So that's my first video. This video is way longer. I want it to be 10 minutes. We're at 17 minutes. So like the video, share the video. If there's something that you want to know, please inbox me or comment on the video. Or if there's something that I addressed that you want to know more detail about, comment or inbox me. I'm always glad to help with any information, because the thing is, when you are a small business owner and you're trying to learn, people don't want to give you information for free. Not a lot of people. And I appreciate the people that were willing to give me the information for free. Shout out to one of my favorite people, King Ashley Ann, on social media, at King Ashley Ann. She does free business building training throughout the week. Of course, you have to pay for a lot of stuff, but her free stuff is on point. So I've learned a lot from her, and I've learned a lot from a lot of business people that were willing to, help me. So I'm always willing to help, but I can't want your business more than you want your business. So that's all for now. I hope this was informative in some form or fashion. If it was helpful, please let me know. And good day, everybody.